Good evening, friends. We are coming to the last part of recent practices of note issue. This is the last mechanism, the last methodology of note issue that we have studied. We are going to study. If you remember very closely, we had talked about fundamentally two principles of note issue: currency principle and banking principle. Recent practices of note issue apart from banking principle and currency principle were fixed fiduciary issue, maximum fiduciary issue. After that, yesterday we had talked about proportional reserve system. Today we are going to talk about the last part of the practices according to which notes are issued, and that is called as minimum reserve system, or MRS. What does it say? Minimum gold reserves to back the currency being issued and rest of the currency without backing. It says so. Right? Minimum gold reserves. We have talked about in some of the systems maximum, minimum. Here we are talking about minimum reserve. The name itself says minimum reserve system. You're not going to keep reserves maximum to print the currency. So what I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to print the currency without, the authorities, they print the currency by keeping the reserves minimum and rest without backing. What does it happen in India? If you want to print 200 crores of worth currency, you have to keep gold to the extent of 115 crores and foreign exchange reserves, rest have to be kept as backing. Right? So here we are talking about printing of currency backed by gold and foreign exchange reserves. This is the way we are going to do. Beyond that limit, currency is backed by rupee securities of Government of India. Right? This is what we try to follow. We are trying to keep the gold reserves minimum, right? Say for example, for 200 crores, 115 crores is the gold and foreign exchange reserves, and beyond that, if you want to print, they are backed by rupee securities of Government of India. Now, when you say foreign exchange reserves, they keep on fluctuating depending upon the situation of the economy. If the exports are more, foreign exchange reserves are going to go up. If the imports are more, foreign exchange reserves are going to come down. Payments received or given backed by dollars keeps the money going up and down. So here what we are trying to understand is minimum gold reserves are kept to print the currency. Rest, they are backed by foreign exchange reserves. Backed, they are not kept as collateral security. They are backed by reserves. In case if you want to print more, currency issued is backed by rupee securities of Government of India. What are the rupee securities? One of the examples which can give is treasury bills, government bonds. Right? These are which are in rupees, not in dollars, or in equivalent to the value of gold. Right? Rupee securities of Government of India. So what does this say? This system is a foolproof mechanism of the currency is backed by Government of India to a larger extent, and it is backed by gold to a lesser extent. So whatever fluctuations that happen in the price of gold because of international prices or international economic situations, it's not going to affect the reserves of currency being held by the Government of India. So here, whatever currency is there in circulation is backed by government. So what does it do to the people who have money in their hands? The confidence of the people in the currency, in the nation's currency, is enhanced. So what will they try to do? they will try to have less dependence on foreign currency or equivalents of rupee in terms of foreign currency. So we are going to promote, so what is going to do, more and more things that are bought and sold within the country are going to be backed definitely by the Indian rupees and Indian coins. What will happen? That slowly builds the confidence among the general public to believe in the nation's currency, which leads to, if you start believing in nation's currency, what will it try to do? It will have a ripple effect. Once you have confidence in the currency, what you'll try to do? You'll try to have more and more, the value of the currency should go up. How is it going to go up? When you have more and more dollars into your system, that means when you try to have more exports in the economy system and try to have positive balance of payment situation. So this type of system gives it a ripple effect. You might have seen waves. One wave pushes the other wave and reaches to the shore. That's called as ripple effect. So we try to promote ripple effect by printing currency which is backed minimum by gold and rest it is backed by foreign exchange reserves or rupee securities or Government of India. So this is the mechanism that is being followed recently by Government of India, and we are seeing the results of such a principle of note issue. Two things I wanted to discuss with you before I leave. One is fiat money and fiduciary money. Fiat money, fiat means order, right? Who gives the order? By authority to print the currency, right? What is it? Fiat money's example is currency and coins. This is backed by whom? By RBI, issued by authority, and they say that if you see the rupee, it is written very clearly that this rupee is going to be accepted as legal tender. Legal tender means this is the legal money that is going to be used for exchange of goods and services or buying and selling of goods and services. So fiat money is that money which is issued by authority. Fiduciary money is that money which is issued on the basis of trust. Right? What is its example? Checks. You write a check, you go and buy into the market, you buy something, you write a check in their favor. This is done simply on the basis of trust. So any money that is issued on the basis of trust is called as fiduciary money. Any money that is issued by the government or the authority or the Central Bank of India or Central Bank of any nation, that's RBI in India's case, that is called as fiat money. That's all for now. Thank you. Take care.